Hi friends, welcome back, welcome to MicroXRC. Long time no see. So yes, I've been very busy, not making videos of course, but I've been making lots of trucks that I will be showing off in different videos. I will start with one of the most famous rigs on the last days, which is the FMS FCX24. Hey, it's not this, it should be this. But yeah, I can't help it. I hate the power wagon bodies and stuff, so I prefer my Toyota Land Cruiser old style body. I love it. So what I did here is basically I extended the wheelbase and I put it on a Land Cruiser 80 series body, hard body, also from FMS, so it's kind of all under the same brand. And I have some mods on it. So well, let's come and see them. Okay, here we are. So in this wonderful spot full of rocks and roots and nature, let's see if our small FCX24 can do it up to those roots and going up there. You ready? Go! First gear. Probably you cannot see in the camera, but this is a very steep incline, and with the autumn leaves it's getting really sleepy. Yeah, come on. Yeah, I did it. See how this carbon chassis and metal axles go into the water. The electronics are supposed to be fully waterproof. And voila! Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This rig is absolutely amazing, even with a super heavy hard body full of scale details and a rack and the tracks and the jack and the spare tire. Let's talk about the FMS as it comes straight out of the box. I am pretty sure that you have seen already lots of videos about that, and I'm not gonna repeat that over and over again. So I will just list the basic features that I think they are really cool and the other ones that I think they are not so cool. So starting with the cool things, I love the portal axles. Yeah, I don't think it's like they are saving the world in the crawlers scene, but I like them. It's really cool. I like a lot that they have a 2-speed transmission. We will talk more about that a bit later. So basically you have a first gear for really slow crawl, and the second gear, which is basically the main addition to this scale, is something really interesting because it not only gives you the chance to go faster, but it can also give you the chance to go trailing like at the same speed that you can be walking, and at the same time it can give you an addition to more wheel speed when you really need it. So I think it's really good. I've found it handy when I've needed some wheel speed on very sleepy inclines and things like that. So I found it really cool. Also, I like that straight out of the box it comes with oil shocks.
Of course, they are not filled with oil at the beginning, but they give you a bag with all the O-rings inserted, so you only need to add those rings, and then you can put some oil inside, and they work amazingly. I really, really love how they dampen everything, how they work. They travel a lot, they work super smooth. I just love these shocks. I've ordered more shocks for my other rigs as well, so you can imagine. The ESC is also something really cool about this rig. This comes with a 2-in-1 unit, as most of the RTR vehicles, but this one is really special. I like that it's totally silent, it's totally smooth. It works like an aftermarket, like an optional Furitek or Model Bar regular ESC from the top brands. So it's really cool that, of course, you can go really fast when you are on a high gear, but when you are in low gear, it's super smooth, low speed control, low speed modulation. All the torque and all the power is there from the very beginning, and you can modulate and you can articulate the throttle really, really easily. Also, it's really cool that this unit comes with a light controller integrated, so if you have the ability and the patience to wire all the connections inside, in the instructions manual you will have all the instructions on which are all of the connectors with their wiring. And also really cool is that this board comes working at 6 volt. Normally all the micro rigs and all these type of small crawlers work at 5 volt. That additional volt will be making more power on your servo, more power on your lights, more power on all the devices that you will fit in, like a winch, etc., that you want to add in the future. And also it's really cool that it works with a transmitter that I really love. It's really small and handy transmitter. You can use it one-handed pretty easily, which gives me the chance of filming with one hand and drive with the other. And it's really cool that it has the 4th channel switch that lets you switch the lights on and off. You have this 3rd channel switch, which is for the gear change. 2 more features that it has and are pretty unique in this FMS. The first one is, in this list of little switch, you can switch different things, and one of them is the configuration of the drag brake. So you can select whether you want a drag brake of 100% for rock crawling, 75%, 50% or 0%. This may come in handy when you are going really fast, for example. So if you are in 2nd gear and cruising really fast, you don't want the car to stop abruptly at 100% drag brake, so it can break your transmissions. But also, for example, when you just want to downhill the car and just let it coast because you don't want to tip over, you can just remove all the drag brake and just leave the car coast. Very handy. And the other feature that I really like is that it comes with an LED light, which is additional one here. It shows the battery of the car, so when the car battery is running low, it will show in red and it will start to blink, so you will see that it's really cool. Also, you can select everything that it's more or less normal, like the dual rate for steering and for the throttle, the trim, and you can also, with a little trick, clicking 2 times on bind, you can also check, and you can also adjust the trim and the dual rate for the channel 3 and channel 4, which is very handy when you want to switch one of the servos, for example, for the gear change and switch, like I had to do with an Emax. Now let's go to the not so cool stuff. Not cool that the transmission, as it comes from out of the box, it comes with plastic gears. I have chewed and I have destroyed 2 transmissions very quickly, not using them like intensively. One of them I broke it like in 20 minutes just after receiving it and putting it on the car. Of course, I get some spare gears from FMS for free under warranty, and I have also ordered another spare for the entire transmission with the motor, but I think that it keeps on breaking. FMS knows about that. They told me that they are already working on the metal gears for that. They promised that should be okay and up and ready for during September. Never happened. Probably it's gonna happen soon. But in the meantime, Treal came with their set of metal gears for the transmission, so I bought a few sets of them, and I've already installed those metal gears in the transmission of this FCX24 that I have in front of me. So As a result, no major difference. It's silent, it's smooth, works really well, of course. Also something that I don't really like, apart from the tires that come from the car, I think it's really important to change urgently the steering link. So well, in my case, of course, you can see that I put some brass steering links, but this is the original part for the steering link, and this is, so I mean, I don't have to push a lot, it's just bends all the time. Also, something that is really cool about this car, straight out of the box, is that it has an amazing steering servo, straight out of the box. I have seen some videos of Donald's Neff making and putting the servos on a real life testing and measuring with a lot of technical stuff, the performance of the servos, and this has been rated at 6 kilos on 6 volts, which is amazing. It's 3 times the performance of an Emax servo, and this comes straight out of the box. It's super fast, it's super strong, and I totally recommend it. Okay guys, so let's check this out. As you can see, I am using that carbon fiber chassis. This one is from Furitek, is the grasshopper for the FMS FCX24. It's really good. I opted for the brass skid plate to add more weight down below, and also it's really flat, so it kind of helps when like tilting and sliding over the obstacles and the rocks. What else? Well, as you can see, I've also included the Treal metal axles, so it doesn't make a massive difference. Of course, they are great and they add a bit more weight down low and they look great. And they also have the brass portal covers inside the wheels, in the 4 of them I've gone. And as you are seeing, I included my brass extended links that I custom made to adjust to the wheelbase of this Land Cruiser. It's also interesting that now the Traxxas has announced the new TRX4M that is going to be on the 1/18 scale. It's basically exactly on the same size, scale and dimension of this, so it's going to have the same wheelbase and more or less the same overall length and width, so it's going to be pretty similar vehicle, and it could be interesting to have that Land Rover or Bronco from Traxxas on the same scale and competing with this face to face. I've been working a lot on the setup of this particular rig because of course I've modified lots and lots of things, but after working on the setup, even if the car is not yet where I want it to be for different reasons, I've taken out today for a trail and I am really speechless about the performance of this rig. Even if I have a really heavy hard body, plastic body with lots of details and scale accessories over here that of course add a lot of weight, very up in the car, and that penalizes a lot and ruins the center of gravity that I've been working with the carbon chassis and with the brass stuff. But even with that, the car performs really well. It articulates and it flexes amazingly. It can climb and go through objects. It can work on the transitions really good. Of course, it has a very smooth low speed control and modulation that helps you with the steep inclines, and it's performing really well. I am totally impressed with the off-road capabilities and the performance overall of this rig, even with this hard body. So probably I will be mounting a Lexan lightweight body on it to make something totally nuts. So what do you think, guys? Do you like this rig? Do you like what I did with it? Do you have an FCX24 as well? What other type of bodies would you like to see this type of car rolling with? Just let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching. Subscribe.